Happy Friday. Happy Friday. If you are joining us live, comment in the chat so we can know that you're on. I'm Coach Maureen Hall. Now, I can really hear myself because right now I can't even hear myself. So, today we are on here, and if you have been following me, you know what we're talking about. We're talking about AI, right? AI is all over artificial intelligence. I'm trying to make sure that, let me make sure this is in. I'm making sure that I am on every platform so I can make sure that if you're on live right now, let me know in the chat. Let me know that you are on. If you're watching the replay, let us know. Put hashtag replay so we can give you a shout out. So, during this, so we are on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube, right? And today we're talking about how to choose the right tool. So we talked about the importance of transforming your mind. We talked about the importance of, training all the time. And now we're going into the third T of how to pick the right tools. Because as I told you, there's 20,000 tools. Let me see the actual number now. I'm going to go into there's an AI for that. AI for that. I think it's AI for that. Yes, AI for that, or there's an AI for that. There's an AI. The site is there's an AI for that. I'm going to put this in the chat for those of you guys. Last time I told you how much AI on there. If you go in here right now, it's growing all the time. Let me put this in the chat, see if it will be doing. Oh, let's see. Yeah. So there's an AI for that. So on Facebook, on YouTube, you should be able to see it. LinkedIn, I don't know what's going on LinkedIn, but whenever I post something in the chat for LinkedIn, it don't go to my LinkedIn. So on here, let me just make sure that LinkedIn get this link also. Let's go back down here. Where is I know I am live on here. Let's look at the activity feed to make sure we are live in the event tab. Yeah, I don't see it on here. Are we on here, LinkedIn? Yes, we're on there. Let me click to join the live. All right, so LinkedIn, I am putting the link for you in here. So I have to go directly to LinkedIn and make sure that you get that link. But if you type on LinkedIn, I will see it on my side. But if I post something for some reason, it don't go to you guys. So I'm gonna make sure you guys get it. But under the link that says there's an AI for that, I remember last time saying that there was over 20,000. Now it's getting close to 23,000 AIs out there for different projects, for different workflows, right? And they're saying that these AI agents are able to do 15, over 15,000 tasks. And that is almost 5,000, 4,855 jobs. Now, what does that look like for you as a business owner, as someone who is in government contracting or in doing your business? How do you pick one? One thing I like about the AI for that is that this app, I'm going to share my screen so y'all can see. I'm going to share my screen. Let's look at this app. I put it in the chat, but you might want to hear me talk still. So let me share my screen so you can see what's going on. So under here, you can type in what you're looking for to find AI to work for you. Now, you don't need to use, they have a math GPT. You need help with math problem solving? They have a math GPT. They created. There's different ones. There's a book read AI, right? There is Pick My Niche, an idea app. You're able, and these are just what that were just launched. And in November, you can see what was launched in November. These are all agents that were created. And you are able to create your own agents too. So this is what I'm saying. You're able to do it. And I know ChatGPT is have a spot where if you have the pro version, you are able to create the AI that you need, right? So now looking at, I don't want to make you feel overwhelmed. I was looking at this part right here. This is what I usually come here to look to see how much was created. But you're able to type in right here and says find AI using AI. I'm looking for AI that write blogs. So you say blog writing, and they probably have a lot of them blog writing, and they have SEO creation, blog writing, video to blog. They have video to blog one. So they have a list of the ones that you're able to use. If you don't want to go through the whole process, and then you can go and play with it and use it. My whole thing when you're trying to integrate AI, and this is what I try to tell my clients, is you don't need to do everything. You don't need to integrate or play with every single tool. But if there's a specific tool that you're looking for, you want to work smarter, not harder, you're able to look at this site right here. There's an AI for that, and be able to use those tools. But I would say start with the most basic ones. We have ChatGPT, we have Claude. I prefer Claude. That's just me. I use ChatGPT for other stuff too. I have both of those AI I'm using for my organization, my business. They're my best paid employee. I didn't even go into my workshop yesterday of what I was sharing. But what I was talking about, what I want to emphasize is you don't have to play with all the AI in order to implement the AI. You want to, I'm trying to look for my slide that I had on that. You want to figure, okay, I would want to encourage you to say, okay, let me just take a moment. You know how people do brain dumps? I would encourage you to do a brain dump. Go through a brain dump of all the tasks that you feel like you don't want to do anymore. All the tasks that are mind boggling. Like, I don't want to send out emails. I don't want to write my newsletter, posting on social media. All the tasks as a business owner that, you have to do, spend some time is writing all of those tasks down and say, okay, which one of these tasks, you can give to an intern or to someone else to do, or which one of these tasks, even if you don't have if you would want to give it to an intern. And then when you look at that list of what you would give to an intern or another staff member to do, out of that list, if you're not ready if you don't have the money yet to have, or the capacity yet to get that full-time or part-time or contracted work for that person, which one can AI help you do in the meantime? because this is like, the meantime while you're getting used to trying to get yourself out there so you can generate some money. Yesterday, so you start to feel, you try to focus on what is your business immediate needs. If your immediate needs now is to become more visible on social media, whether it is posting once a week, say, how can I get this AI tool to post for me once a week? Or create posts for me that I can do really quickly so I can make sure I'm reaching the my target audience, making sure my stuff is visible. I'm still relevant. And when you say, why is posting once a week important? Well, in the SEO world, you want to make sure that your business name is tied to your what people are talking about. So when they're Googling and searching and looking for things, they're able to find you. So yes, blogs are a basic one, but even with that blog that you have, you are able to use that blog, right, to create more content. I think we talked about that last time about creating more content. That's what the primary stuff. So you try to focus on your immediate business needs. And then the second thing is make sure, how can I measure impact? So if you've never posted consistently, what you would do is, right, I'm going to take a visual, let's say, I'm going to just say, you start with LinkedIn. See how much followers you have on LinkedIn, how much engagement, how much people are viewing your profile. Take a screenshot of that. I love doing that, right, at the beginning of the process. And then now um, start implementing, and even take a screenshot of how much sales you have and all the different stuff. Then after that, start implementing the blog, start implement posting regularly. Even say, okay, every Friday or every other Friday, I'm posting this blog, and in my blog, I have a call to action for them to book consultation for me. Do that for 90 days. And after 90 days, go back and see, okay, how much people did I gain, connections that I've gained, how much people who are viewing my profile. You can look at the numbers. Looking at the numbers are very important. So when I say track your key performance indicator, which is KPI, you want to track those to see, okay, after using this tool, because AI is a tool, after using this tool for the past 30 days, what's my result? For the past 60 days, what's my result? For the past 9 days, what's my result? Did I get new clients? Did I connect with new people? Did I build new connections? For me, I go a little bit longer. I try a year, but every 90 days, you check every month, check every 90 days to see how is it going, right? How is it growing? See if you have a return on your investment. Yesterday at the workshop that I talked at, um, one of the speakers, her name is Gigi. I'm going to put my phone on the screen. She was talking about, if you want to make 150,000 a year, all you need to do is sell four. You just need four products that you can sell for 17 something, like about $18 a day, right? Four products, $18. You sell four products for $18 a day. For each day in a year, you will get to 150,000. So if you're using AI and the AI, let's say you pay, hey Carrie, if you're using AI and you're paying $20 a month, figure out what you can do to see, am I making that $20 a month back? That would be a return on your investment, because when you have an employee, when your employee is working for you, one thing I learned at Goldman Sachs is they need to be making money for you too. So for that cost of acquiring that employee should be making you threefolds of that money. So we're using, just going in and using that tool to figure out what can you do. So after you've scheduled the blog each day, are you making new connections? Are you connecting with people are you growing your community? Did your mailing list grow? So sometimes people say, I'm creating blogs, and I see blogs that they create and they forgot the call to action. I know we had last year we did a visibility challenge with the group, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do a visibility challenge again, but we did a visibility challenge where people were able to work on their visibility. And one thing I was teaching them is, okay, you know what? When you're putting things out there, you need to have a call to action. What do you want people to do? Do you want them to comment in the chat to get engagement? Do you want them to come to your website and comment or buy something or join your mail list? Now you can say, okay, after you've implemented doing this strategy, one strategy, where it is maybe I'm giving y'all an easy strategy to do, using the chat GPT or Claude to create after using what I taught you last week of how to take your transcripts and use the transcripts to create your content and create your blog, right? Use that to create your blog and post that once a week on any platform. Whether I like posting on, let's say I start with LinkedIn, because we're on LinkedIn. You post a blog, you have post an article, and make sure you have the call to action. Make sure you say, okay, sign up for my newsletter or join my mailing list. See from the time that you keep on doing, how many people join your mail list, how many people sign up, how many more eyes are on you. Were you able to get a new contact? Were you able to get a new connection? But because that new connection can be your connector to the next. So remember, when you're meeting people, people fall in four categories. They can either be your connector, your connector, they can be your community, they can be your client, and they can be your collaborators. So hey, how are you going to be working with them? So how can that person, how can that work for you? Have you gained new collaborators? Because that means it's helping you do other CEO tasks. So me using AI has been very helpful, because after a while, once my team know my voice, they're able to take what I did and make sure they turn things into the way I wanted to look, the way I wanted to look. So even like when I do these these LinkedIn lives and these weekly live sessions, my team is waiting for this transcript so they can use it to create content for me. And I don't have to go and create content. They're able to go in, get the transcript, and use the transcript to create more content for the community. So this is a way, now when you're creating those articles, those content, those posts, it's now using your voice. It's now using your content. Yes, it's being trained on it. This is why I like Claude over ChatGPT, because it's a more closed source. If you want to keep it private and stuff like that, you're able to do that. This is why I like to go over there, because I put everything is not being trained on. I have to make it public in order for it to be seen, right? On the other hand, with ChatGPT, it's already public unless you make it private. So it's that's what you just know. Okay, when I'm going into ChatGPT, I'm assuming that the stuff I'm putting in there might be training to learn who I am, right? So I see Carrie is on here. I'm gonna take a little intermission break as I talk about it before I go into the last part of how to strategically implement, how to strategically use it, how to it. I know I'm trying to make sure I'm staying on topic of how to choose the right tool for your business so you don't feel overwhelmed. I'm telling you right now, just start with one. And the first part is making a list of what tasks you want to get um done first, right? What tasks you want to get what tasks you want to be completed first. All right. So I am wearing my Melanin Boss shirt and sweater. For some reason in Florida, want to be disrespectful and make us get cold this week. But if you want one of these Melanin Boss sweaters, we have them on our store. But I didn't mean to say that. I just want to say that because I have that right there, my Melanin Boss, minding my own Melanin Boss business. Anyways, this is my little intermission. So one of the new that we have for you guys is, yes, I've been doing these live for 3 weeks now, and I'm going to have another one next week, and that's going to be on Black Friday. But that one will be pre-recorded, so we'll see. So if you have any questions, it might be pre-recorded, it might be live, depending on if I have time or not. Hopefully, my whole goal is to pre-record it, have it scheduled, and be able to do it. So if you have any questions, I would encourage you to ask your questions. And then we're going to be answering those questions on next week's session, on next week's live. So that's one of the first announcements we're going to be going over. And I'm going to take the questions that I was asked at yesterday's um, workshop that I taught and whatever question that you all asked. And then we're going to spend the time just answering those questions about those AI, about the AI or whatever questions you have about business that we can use to answer. The second thing is I am hosting a 3T Power Hour. So, and that Power Hour goes on sale tonight or tomorrow. Is at one of our Black Friday sale. It's only going to be available for purchase to get to that workshop that that week. But what it is that on December 5th, we'll have a workshop where you're able to come. It's a power hour-ish because it's about 90 minutes. In that 90-minute time, I will be going deeper dive, showing you all the different things, answering your questions. I'll make sure that your questions are answered, and then we're able to just go into deeper. And you will get the replay of that. So this one is not going to be live, so you'll be able to get a replay. You'll be able to get a roadmap for you able to use. And this will be the time for you and I to just talk, network, and also go deeper into answering the question based on the 3 lives that we have. And that replay will be on that Power Hour. If you are not able to make it, but you do have questions on it, still sign up because you will get an intake form, and that intake form will, all the questions that you ask for your business will be answered, right? So I want to go back to the last part of it. I'm getting to my whole hope is to be able to do this in 30 minutes. And I think I'm getting close to that. I'm getting close to that is because I want to be able to get it done before my son come home. Anyway, so I'm getting close to that part. So if you have any questions, make sure you drop in the chat because once I'm done with this, I'm done with it. So the last part is that once you finish to choose the right tool for you, once you finish figuring out which problem you want to solve, right? And you figure out, okay, how am I going to measure the impact? Those are the questions you're going to be asking yourself. Then you have to think, okay, build a sustainable system. Look at my notes right here. So you want to be able to create SOPs, system standard operating procedures of how to do it. For my interns, after a while, I started getting prompts of how I want to do it. I create GPTs for my company. So when they're creating blogs and when they're creating stuff like that, so it can be cohesive, because it will be so hard to have you play with something so much and you did not create step-by-step instruction on how you want your team to use it, right? After a while, they might be able to find their own way, because guess what? As you're playing with those tools and you're getting to learn the tools, every week there's an update. There might be an update almost every week. There's always updates with those tools. I went into Canva the other day, noticing that not only can you use your phone as a remote control for Canva when you're doing your presentations, you can have the crowd engage in the presentation while it's being presented. So if I wanted to do a presentation and I want to have it where I'm doing a Facebook Live or whatever I'm doing it on right now, and I want the crowd to engage, there's a way for me to get the link for that, so you can have like live access to my internet, put your reaction real time on the presentation, and I'm able to move through the presentation with my phone. I'm able to walk around and do whatever I need to do with that. So that is one good thing about having that tool. You are able to do that. So oh, that's a little different. I didn't notice that on Canva. And then even on, if you have Meta right now, you can see that you're able to see that they have in the integration of AI and that, and it's keep on getting better and better. Even ChatGPT, I was away from it for a little while and went back like, oh, this is good. It's getting a bit smarter. It's getting a bit better. So you have to continually schedule time for play. I know sometimes we go in and we're doom scrolling on TikTok, which is fine. You might have a time, there's a time and place for that, but the same way you can invest an hour or two to do that, spend an hour or even 30 minutes playing with the tool, asking a question. The way I'm talking to you guys right now is the way I talk to my AI. and say, hey, I'm working on this, I'm working on that. What do you think about this? And what do you think about that? Yeah, and I share all of that. So if I still don't even see any questions in the chat, I'm trying to make sure I go on LinkedIn to make sure I don't miss anything. I'm going to go on Facebook to make sure that no one is having. I was on my phone with that once I was checking Facebook. I don't see any questions on Facebook for the live. I want to make sure that I'm not missing anybody's question that we have on here. But what I want to tell you is there's a lot of great things going on in our so there's a lot of there's a lot of things going on in ECS right now, and we're doing a couple of changes. One of my proudest moment is I was able to submit my action plan. I was able to pitch my business to Goldman Sachs. I don't know what they're going to be doing with that pitch, but I'm just glad I was able to get it. I was able to fine tune my direction of what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to probably put, if you're on YouTube, you're able to see my pitch on YouTube. You can let me know what you think about the pitch. I probably could go to YouTube and try to find it and then put it in the chat for you guys. I mean, go look for it for you guys. But you can let me know what you think of the pitch. I made it where anybody can see it. Maybe one person who's seeing it will be my connector. Say, hey, I hear what you're doing. Let me help you. So I think right now I have, I'm gonna share it with you guys. I'm gonna put it in the get shareable link. I'm gonna put it in the chat for LinkedIn. For those who are on LinkedIn, you can see it in the chat right now. And then for everybody else, I'm gonna put it in right now for you. So basically, and this is the link, I put a link right there. So this I was able to pitch my business, and being able to articulate what I want, fine tune what I'm going after has been a great, great, great thing. So I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. For me, I know sometimes I feel overwhelmed, but this is why I'm just sharing this with you. I'm coming on. And if you have any questions, I want to break it down for you. I want to help you. I want to help you get AI ready. I want your organization to be AI ready, to be AI literate, and to be able to use it ethically and effectively so you're able to work smarter and not harder, right? This is what my desire for the community. So as I was saying, I was able to do all of that in the past 12 weeks. And I know I've been very focused. I'm very straight focused on that, laser focus. And I'm coming back on, going live, trying to find my rhythm back there. So if you see me disappear for a couple of days, it's the holidays. I'm trying to say, I want to be on here. It might be previously recorded, it might be live, but I want to be able to be out here adding value, right? Adding value to you. So the Black Friday sale that I'm hosting, if you're I would just more encourage you, join my mailing list, and you're able to get all the information, because that's one of the things. But as a gift to those who are on here, here is what I want you to do. I am trying to give away, and I did that for those who were at my webinar last night. I want to share with you, just for doing a quick survey for us. When you respond to the survey, you get a starter guide of how to implement the checklist. The checklist for that too. And those who, I think the first 10 people that does it, I will try to see, you will be able to be entered into enter. I'll email you my top 5 prompts that I use for whatever, for my business strategy. I just try to just share those top 5 prompts that I like, but you need to do it. So in the chat, I'm putting a survey there. Please take the time to I want to know, this survey is just to help us to make sure that we can we answer all your questions. What do you think about today workshop? And how relevant do you think it is for your industry? And how do you feel about technology? All the different stuff like that, and then we want to know, okay, if you have any questions, what are some questions that you have? Any takeaways you have? Any additional question suggestions or questions you still have? we want you to share it with us. What questions you still have, and you might show that in that, say, in additional feedback. Say, I still have a question. Can you answer that question for me? Because that's the way I'm able to gather some feedback for you and be able to help you more specifically, right? Yes, I did phase out my mentorship program, but it's going to come back a different way next year. But for Black Friday, if you want to know everything we have going on for Black Friday, and our Black Friday starts this weekend, even today, might be tonight, but mostly this weekend. I think this weekend. But we're trying to be able to advise. So if you want to know what's going on for Black Friday, I told you one thing, we're having that workshop, but there's other ones that we are having that we want to support you on. So if you're able to join us, join the mail list, so you're able to learn more about what we have going on. So do the survey. If you want to join the mail list, go to the ECS website and join our mail list so you can know what's going on. So that's all I have for you today. I hopefully that this was, I didn't do any demos today about different things, but I did show you a tool that you're able to use to go find the AI that you're working on. But remember, first step is make that list of tasks that you don't want to do. Figure out which tasks you would like to delegate. And from that delegation task, you narrow it down, which are the top 3, or which one that you want to see if AI can handle for you. And then go to that website. There's an AI for that. There's an AI for that. And when you go to that, there's an AI for that app, that website. See if there's an AI for what you're looking for. Say, I'm looking, or you can decide, I'm looking for an AI to do this and this and this, and see if there's an AI for that. And then when you're doing that, start measuring. You have to measure, if it's beneficial. Will it help you be more productive? This is one thing I always try to ask my team. Okay, is it helping me be more productive? Am I wasting more time, or am I gaining more time? If I'm wasting more time and it's supposed to help me gain more time, what am I doing incorrectly? And seeing how I can make it better, be more streamlined, more efficient. Go to Google University for that information, right? So, and then once you've had that, you measure the performance, then you go back and you evaluate it and say, okay, create standard operating procedures, so people who are going to be doing it for you afterwards, they're able to do it the way you did it, right? So you're not forgetting how you do it, and you continue training that too. With AI, it requires you to train consistently, continue to train, because it's a lot. It's always changing, right? Okay, that's it. I'm Coach Bonnie Paul. I am done for today. I'll see y'all next Friday. Hopefully you are all doing well, and have a great day, guys. Bye. Be blessed. Remember, you got this. Keep on going. Do not give up. You got this. So let us dance our way out. All right. Thanks for joining me. You subscribe, you share. We'll see you next